Hello everyone, this is Gajanand and we are learning Bootstrap 4. In this tutorial, we will understand buttons, right? Different types of buttons in Bootstrap 4: active button, disable button, and radio button, checkbox, right? With Bootstrap 4. So let's understand by a real example, right? To real example to understand buttons, right? So this is my plain blank empty project, and here we will write a Bootstrap buttons to understand buttons. Bu button should be closed, and this is a primary button. So add a bootstrap classes to make a bootstrap for buttons, right? So this is a btn primary. So this is a primary button, right? Control S for save, control S for save, and you can see this is a primary button. So if you want to change, its appearance, right? So give it a class secondary, right? Secondary button. So let's put it as secondary. So this is a secondary button, right? So there are different types of buttons classes in Bootstrap, right? So this is a warning button, control S for save, and you can see this is warning button. So there are many types of buttons, right? So let's remove this one, right? And this is warning, this is a info, control S for save, this is a info, and this is a dark button. You can see this is a dark button, and this is success button. There are many types of buttons, right? You can understand it here. So if you want to add outline, right? If you want to add outline, right, with buttons, right? So what we have to do, just change the class outline like this, control S for save, and you can see this is an outline button, right? So likewise you can do with all other buttons, right? Control S for save, and also with the success button, sorry, with the success button, control S for save, and all the buttons has a outline, right? So this is the magic of Bootstrap 4, right? And now we will disable the button, right? So if you want to disable this button, right, so what we have to do, just you have to put a disable, control S for save, right, and refresh. So this button are disabled. So if you have a confusion of disable button, I'm making another button it here, right? Let's, and this is not outline button, right, but this button is disabled, right? So what we have, when we refresh, this button are disabled, we not able to click this button, right? This one and this one, these are buttons are disabled, right? But these two buttons are enabled by default, or is enabled, right? So these are the disable and enable. Now we will understand the active button, right? So suppose this is our button, let's copy and paste it here. This is our button, put it a br tag, so everything will be in a new line. Control S, control C, and control V. Okay, so the new button will be it here, right? So this is a button and we want to make it active, so let's put it class active like this, control S for save and refresh. So this is a active button, right? Like this, when I click, this button are active now, but this button is by default active button. So let's change to be B is capital, and this is the active button, right? Control S for save and refresh. So you can see this is the active button, right? So if you want to change the size of button, so what we have to do, there are also a class which is sm btn lg, sorry, btn lg. It means this is a long button, right? Large button, sorry, large button, right? And sm means a small button, right? So this is a small button, right? So we have understood many things it here. The last thing is we have to make a radio button and a checkbox, right? So let's make a checkbox with Bootstrap 4. So this is also same like our normal HTML. Let's put it a div, and div should be closed, and give some classes to this button, this element. So this button btn group group, group, and group should be a toggle, 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 and data toggle, data toggle, this is button, right? Like this will work like button, right? It means. And the second is put a label, 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 sorry, bel, label, and label should be close. So inside we want to give us some classes, right? Some classes. The classes is just like button, button primary, and warning, anything you can put it. I am putting it a button, button warning, right? And this is a active by default. And inside we will make our actual input checkbox, right? So input type checkbox, and add some properties, some attributes. By default it's checked, right? And autocomplete is off, autocomplete is off. And let's title of checkbox checked, control S for save, and let's see, refresh. So I think it has some problem. So let's check what where we have done any mistake. So this is a class btn, and btn group group, group, and toggle, right? And this is a button, sorry, this is a warming sorry, a warning, control S for save and refresh. So you can see, let's put it br, tag it here, so you can see clearly br, control S for save and refresh. It's nothing happened, don't worry about that, just put many. Yeah, you can see checked, unchecked, checked, unchecked. You can see it's changing the color. Yeah, when I checked, uncheck, check, uncheck, check, uncheck, right? So this is a checkbox. Let's understand the radio buttons, right, with Bootstrap 4. So let's put it a div should be close, and add some classes btn, and btn group, btn group, group toggle, and it's a data toggle, 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 and button, likewise checkbox, right? And inside we want to same like this, right? So this is a button warning, and this is also active, but this is a radio button, right? So this is a radio, and radio, put it its name, its name is options, right? And its id is option 1, control S for save, and by default is checked, right? So many radio buttons you can create. Let's copy and paste it here, and this is option 2, right? Control S for save, and see how it looks. Sorry, radio, suppose this is a radio button, radio 1 and radio 2, suppose radio 2, control S for save and refresh. So you can see these are two radio buttons, right? So one are clicked, right? Let's put it a br tag, so you can see clearly. Yeah, let's refresh. It's too much bottom, control S for save, refresh. So you can see when I click, it's unactive, right? It means unchecked, right? Checked, unchecked, check, uncheck, right? So this is a radio button with Bootstrap 4, right? So pretty much we have done buttons in Bootstrap 4. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel, and what you think about this, so let me know. So thanks for watching, have a nice day, take care.